Hello, Metro Detroit golfers. I'm Chad Elledge.
I'm Ben Bakken.
And we are coming to you from Western Golf and Country Club, and we are excited to bring you the Tuesday tip of the week. Having said that, we have a lot of our friends out across Detroit Metro, or Metro Detroit, slicers, man. How many slicers have you worked with over the course of your career?
Say 8 out of 10 people that come and see us are a slicer, and they constantly want to get rid of it. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do a quick video, 5 minutes, how to cure your slice.
Wait a minute, you're going to help everybody cure their slice in 5 minutes?
Let's give it a shot.
All right, so we are going to work on your slice. For those slicers out there, this one is for you. 3 things that we have to do to get your golf ball to stop doing that and start doing that. Where would you start? Where would you start?
I think the first place we have to start is you got to understand what the golf club is doing in order to make the ball slice. So what we have here are some color path sticks. So one of these is going to represent a target line. That's the yellow one. For those of you who don't know what a target line is, it's just an imaginary line that goes from the golf ball to the target.
Target line, step 1?
Target line, step 1.
Okay.
Step 2.
Boom.
Boom. This is going to be our club face. The club face roughly determines where the ball starts. So we got to get control of your face.
Very good. So if the ball's starting right, mostly it's the club face, yes?
You got it.
Okay. Okay. So where are we just going to, we'll figure that out in a minute here. Okay. So we got the club face.
And greenie. Greenie is going to be the club path or the direction that you swing your golf club in.
Very good.
Boom.
Very good. So we have a couple different things. We have the target line, the club face, and then the path.
You got it.
Very good. So it's the function of the combination of the face and the path that make the ball curve?
You got it. So anytime the club faces to the right of the path, the golf ball is going to curve to the right. So I think it's very important that we understand that first.
So we have to start to get the face left of the path.
You got it.
So the ball
Or
doesn't
square to
slice.
the path,
Yeah,
either
square.
one, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Okay, so what about the contact point? So I've seen some guys, on the TrackMan, or girls, they come and their face is actually getting left, but the ball's still going right. How do you explain that?
The crazy thing about you slicers at home is sometimes it's not a face or a path problem. It's a center face contact issue. So it's really hard to see, but these club faces are basically a little bit concave. So anytime you hit the heel, it's putting right spin on it. So you could have a neutral face, a neutral path, and the ball would still slice and go nowhere.
So this is where it gets a little confusing. So the first step that we have to do is we have to get the ball off the heel. So what we're going to ask you to do is get some face tape. Got to cure the slice. We cannot hit it on the heel. If you hit it on the heel, the ball will curve right and you'll think something's a problem. So mostly we got to get it off the heel.
So if you're hitting the heel, please do not proceed to the next step. Get your center face contact fixed first.
Okay, do you want to launch one and see if you can? So you don't want to hit it on the heel. So if your goal were to get it off the heel, where would you start?
Trying to hit the toe, man.
No slice there. Where'd you hit it?
High toe.
High toe. Very good. So in the interest of time, get yourself some face tape. Make sure that it's not hitting off the heel. If it is, it's going to curve right and nothing else is going to matter. So step 1, get it closer to the toe. That'll help you for sure.
You got it.
Okay, so once we get the ball on the toe, or off the heel, if you will, then what are we going to do? What's the next priority?
Next step, I would say, is get your face under control. So we have to get the club face a little bit more left. So I'd say a good first goal would be can you just get the ball to stop curving? Even if it starts left and it doesn't curve, that's okay. We can move to the swing pass second. So
any ball that starts left or goes left is a good thing?
Yeah, it's a great thing, especially if you're a slicer.
Very good. So we got to get the face left. How would you go about doing that to our friends at home?
Lots of different ways we can do this. So first thing you could do is you could just try to strengthen your grip. So your grip is going to control what that club face does. So if you want to get the club face more left, you could twist your hands more to the right. That is one way to get the face a little bit more closed. Okay, so we could run our slight, moderate, severe experiment to figure out, well, how strong do I need my grip in order to get the face to go left?
Very good. I'm glad that you said that. So at home, whatever you're doing, start doing some different things and let the ball guide you. So if you move, you say something like, well, that feels weird, and that means you're doing something different. That's good. Try slight, moderate, severe, see what happens, because we're just trying to get the face left to start so that ball goes more left, yes?
You got it.
Okay, so you said that's one way to do it is moving your grip. What's a second way or a different one, another way to do it?
Second way to do it is a lot of slicers, when they bring the golf club back, that face gets really, really open as they begin to swing the golf club. So if the face is getting really, really open on the backswing, you're probably going to return it to that similar position. So one of the things that you could experiment with is you could try to keep the face closed longer or pointed down towards the ground as long as you can. This is a wonderful way to get the club face a little bit more closed and cure that slice.
So from there, don't move. So if you now rotate in through impact, we'll see where that club face is starting to point. There we go. So now we have a left pointing face, which is definitely going to help you start the ball more left, which is our goal here. So
you got it.
The combination of moving your grip,
Yep.
slight, moderate, severe, and then could you also do the slight, moderate, severe continuum on how much on the backswing you're trying to play with?
You got it. So you could sense the face maybe just being slightly closed. You could go moderately closed, or you could go severe. See what helps you at home.
Very good, very good. Anything else with the face that you would do, or just you feel like that's a pretty good start?
Another thing that you could play with is kind of at the top of the swing, you could play around with wrist conditions. So the more we bow this lead wrist, the more the face closes. So one of the other things that you could try is at the top of your swing, you could try to feel like the wrist is bowing. So here would be slight, moderate, and then you got Dustin Johnson be a little bit more severe. So you can see from here, this would be severe with the bowed wrist. As I bring the golf club down, whoa, that face is really closed.
Very
so
good.
Another way that you could help yourself with that club face.
Very good. So run some experiments with your grip. How are you holding the club? Second thing you're going to do is run some experiments with when you take it away, is the face pointing down at the ground severely or slightly or moderately, what have you. And then if it's still not starting left, start playing with your wrist conditions like Dustin Johnson up at the top.
You got it.
Okay, if you were just going to start one left here, well, make sure that it happened. Remember, so we're not trying to be perfect here. We're just, the sake of running experiments is to help you learn, discover what works for you. So where would you start? Would you turn your grip? Would you just get the face down?
I'm just going to try to get the face down on the backswing and see what happens.
All right, cool.
Hopefully I do not hit this beautiful clubhouse to the left.
This clubhouse is going to be amazing. So for anybody at home looking for a nice club to join, this is awesome over here.
So I'm just going to go with moderate since I don't want to whack the clubhouse.
Don't hurt anybody over there, man. Okay. All right.
So I'd have to go a little bit more. So the ball still, it was a pretty good shot, but if I wanted the ball to go more left, I would probably go severe with that experiment.
Very good. So back to being open-minded, running the experiments where, don't judge it immediately as that didn't work. You're just going to have to start playing with it to some degree. Yes?
You got it.
Okay. So we have the contact point. We got to get it off the heel. Secondly, we got to get the face more closed, get the ball starting left. Finally, for the path. What about this path, man? What are you going to do?
This path, you want to show them what the color path sticks? Typically what happens with the average slicer?
The path, the green one, is traveling left of the target line when the club head hits the ball.
Yep.
Yeah? And then so for some of you, the face is right, or the face is still a little bit left, or the contact point, but mostly the path is left of the target line when you're swinging through that shot. So we would have to get the path to go from left of the target line to right of the target line.
You got it.
How would you go about doing that?
Well, the first thing that you could do is, what we notice with a lot of slicers is, since the ball always misses right, what they typically do?
Please stop doing this.
Time out!
Yeah, because it makes the path go more left, which then makes the ball go more right.
You got it.
It's like the opposite. It's weird. So
first
we're not doing that. Just don't do that. Don't aim
Not
left.
doing that.
All right, now what will you do?
So one of the things that you could try is you could actually try to aim a little bit more right than what you normally do. Because if you're aiming right, sometimes what's going to happen is going to influence the club path and it's going to shift it more right. And that could be the one simple thing you could do in order to help your slice.
Show us what that could look like. So back to this, you could aim slightly right, moderately right, or severely right.
So this would be more on the severe end. Here might be slight, moderate. So you can just go ahead and play around with it. So play around with the feet, play around with the shoulders. There is no right way here. Remember, there's going to be a way that works for you, and then there's a big difference between what you intend to do in reality. So if you're one of those people where you already aimed 30 to 40 yards left of target, what feels slightly right could just be square.
Right. So a couple years ago, 6-7 years ago, Rick Smith, who worked up at Treetops at the time, he told me that if he had one drill, one thing for the slicers to do, it would be aiming way the heck right. So go back to that severe. So he said he'd have all his players hit balls like this, and then anytime we do it with players on the range, it's one of those things, the ball starts to organize because of the change in the path. The path is what changed, that's why the ball goes straighter. Okay, so you could play with your alignment. What else would you do?
You could run the experiment that Sully ran a couple weeks ago, the slight, moderate, severe with the path. So remember in golf, we have a stick with weight on the end of it. So one of the things that you could play around with is swinging the weight slightly to the right, moderately to the right, or severely to the right.
So literally swinging the weight of the club differently or in different directions.
You got it.
Okay. So, you want to try one?
Yeah.
Okay, so if you were going to try to hook it, what would you do first?
I'm going moderate. I'll go moderate.
So are you going to do aim or swing direction?
I'm going to do both. So I'm going to actually tweak my setup a little bit so it's slightly to the right, and then I'm going to swing the weight moderately to the right and see what the heck happens.
All right, here we go. The big old hook right in the left side of the fairway.
There we go.
Perfect.
Wish we had the shot tracer on that one. That was kind of cool.
Nice. Okay, so we want you to fix your slice. We want you to help yourself. Here's what you got to do. You have to get it off the heel. For the heel slicers out there, it cannot work. It does not work. You got to get it on the toe. Secondly, we're going to go after the face first. So a lot of people talk about the path. What they need to do is focus on the face first. We got to get that face left of the path. And then if it's still curving right, it's because of the path, yes?
You got it.
Okay, so run these experiments. Leave any questions or comments below, and ultimately we look forward to seeing you next week on the Tuesday Tip of the Week. Thank you, everybody.
Get off!